welcome back to Jamie from Colors. If you're new here, I'm Jamie and we do a little coloring. And today we are in the middle of coloring books that I don't ever color in for one reason or another. We've done Colin Thompson, which we just figured it's just too busy. It's just not for me. If it's for you, love it, color it, enjoy it, not for me. Then we did a Christian McAllister where we learned that maybe this isn't so bad and I could definitely color one of those again. And then we did Tenderful Enchantments, which I used a lot of bright colors and I had a lot of fun, and I'll definitely try another one in that book again. So we've gotten 2 wins and 1 loss out of my little retreat here into books I don't color in. So today I grabbed Johanna Basford, Lost Ocean. It's a sad little book. I love Johanna Basford, and if you're like me, Johanna Basford was one of the first coloring books for adults that I'd ever seen. I saw it like at a Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, I'm not even sure, probably Michael's. And yeah, and then the first one I had was, I think this was the very first coloring book I ever had, was hers, Enchanted Forest. It was like this one and Imagimorphia by Kirby Roseanne were my very first coloring books. And in this one, I have colored quite a few, finished quite a few here at the front. Well, these are like my very first colorings, so. And I adored it. It was beautiful, I love it. And I should definitely go back and color more in this book because I haven't in quite a long time. But it's beautiful, I loved it, I colored a lot in it. So of course, I started collecting her books and I found something interesting. Lost Oceans and Secret Garden have a lot of teeny tiny little lines. Look at this, they're so teeny tiny. And that makes it very difficult to color it. So I have attempted a few in here. I did finish this one. This one I didn't finish. I was trying markers and I don't know. Just didn't do it. And then that's like it. There might be one other in this book that I did finish. This one is ugly. And then there's this one that I used gel pens on, which was good. And pan pastels. But other than that, like, that's it in this book, and I haven't touched it in forever. So I just got, look at all those teeny tiny lines. Okay, so anyways, so I just purchased from like Prime Days or whatever. These are on a sale, a deal. And I like Arteza. So far what I've used of Arteza I like. So, which is only the brush pens. That's all I've used. But I like them. They're great. So I was thinking, well, let's try these. So these are Inkonic pens. Inkonic pens. They come in 48 colors. And from what I've seen, they're supposed to be water soluble. I don't use a lot of water in my medium, in my coloring. I just don't. But I haven't even tried these yet, so you guys are seeing first. But they're liners and they come in beautiful colors. 48 very beautiful colors here. And I thought with all those teeny tiny lines, maybe we could color them with these fine liners, which I've really never done fine liners. So let's see how fine a fine line these are. So I'm just gonna, ooh, that's teeny, tiny, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's teeny, tiny. All right, well, let me get some water and just test the solubility of these. Okay, this has been sitting for a minute, so I don't expect it to dissolve, but we'll try. And this isn't watercolor paper either, it's just some thicker cardstock. Oh, it did. Okay then. So that did dissolve. I figured since it's been sitting there for a minute, it wouldn't. So these are okay. All right then. So you could play with that if you wanted to, like lots of 48 colors. Let's see, they don't have names, but they have numbers, so I can tell you which one I'm using. I like that they're square barrels, so they're not gonna roll away. Do you guys have that problem? My pencils always roll away. So that's nice. Look how tiny that is. These might be great for this book. Okay. And if we want to, we can use some water, but just spread it out. Okay, all right. I don't know, do I want to swatch all these? I kind of don't, just because they're so little. I don't know, I think we should just go for it. So let's pick a picture and let's just kind of play. Let's see what happens with these pens with Lost Oceans. See if fine liners are the way to go, and they might work great in Secret Garden too. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do this page because I've kind of already started it. So what I have down is just some pan pastels. I don't even know what color, and blue. And then this is just a little bit of Posca black paint pen, which if I fill in all that, I could put that around as well. Like when I'm watching TV or something. Sorry, I had to get a drink. So let me zoom in so you can see these teeny tiny lines. Whew, I just zoomed in. Look how big my hands are. Okay, so let's try these pens. The Iconic pen. I think they have fine liners too that maybe aren't water soluble. I don't know. I'll have to look. If I like fine liners, then maybe I will look into those, but I just kind of wanted to try these. So, We need some colors. What kind of colors do we want to do? We've got lots of fish. We have some turtles. All right, well, let's put in some of the greens first. I'm gonna grab a couple of different ones. This one's kind of a greeny green, bright green. This one looks more like a more earthy, dark green. Let's start there. Put in some green. Okay, so we've got...
No, the wheel.
Okay, so this is A11, the brighter green. I've got some little leaves here. The teeny tiny tip on these are really nice for these little itty bitty areas. And it's going down really smooth and nice. That's good. We'll kind of let that dry and then maybe we'll see if we can put a little bit of the darker color at the base. I don't know how much shading you can do. I mean, these are so teeny tiny. I mean, maybe I just have to get over that part of it and be like, this is not a book I'm shading in. We'll try just a minute. Okay. Let's see what else we have in here. We've got some more vegetation. We have some eels. Some coral. We have a little more vegetation over here, which maybe we should... What is this? I don't know. Maybe it's a crab. Might be a crab. Okay. All right, well here, let's do these, the same color. So I don't know if I've ever used fine liners. They definitely feel different than a gel pen. They feel a little more scratchy, so I want to make sure I'm not peeling my paper. And they're definitely much more firm than a brush tip that I've been using more recently. So I'm just trying to be careful with them. All right, let me grab that a little bit darker, the A120. Let's just see if we can, I don't know, put a little... That's kind of nice. Okay, that's not a lot, but it's a little something. Okay, I like that. And then let's see if we put, let's grab our lightest yellow here. This is 105. Let's try putting a little, see if that does anything. I don't know if it will. Not really. It's more darkening it than it is anything else. All right, we'll let that dry and see. I like this though, I like that. That green, dark green seems a little darker than I was thinking. So I think maybe I'll use the light green again to do these. You can't even see me, I'm sorry. I'll cut all that out so you're not sitting there for 5 minutes, my goodness. Then the dark green, let's see. I don't know. I think I really like them for like the teeny tiny little things, but the things that are just a little bit bigger, I don't know. And this might be just a tool to like add into my arsenal and be like, okay, I can pull these out if I have a teeny tiny thing, or maybe they would be fun to draw with. Let's try adding a little water to these bigger sections, see if it smooths it out a little bit. I'm using a brush that's much too big for the area, but maybe that kind of smoothed it out a little bit. They do blend out with water very well, I think. That is a bonus to them. That's really nice that they blend like that out with the water. So maybe using them with a little water is the way to go in those bigger areas. Yeah. I'm curious as to whether they blend out better than the water or the real brush. Let's see. So they don't, this isn't watercolor paper, so you might be able to get rid of that on watercolor paper. I could pull some out, but let's grab, this is the Real Brush Pen by Arteza. I just want to see if they, I think the Inconic ones almost blend out better. Don't you think? I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see. Here's some watercolor paper. Let's see. Here we go. They're just like gone. Look at that. And then the real brush. Oh, they do really good on watercolor paper too. It could be nice to play like this on a, well, I haven't shown you that book yet, but I have a flip through of a book coming up that's on watercolor paper, and this could be fun to do with those. That's pretty cool though, how well they both blend out on watercolor paper. So, interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's try some other colors in here. I don't know if I'm going to do this whole page, you guys. Let's see, do we have a, just kind of plain. This almost looks like a kind of a neon-y pink or a coral. So let's see, 107. Let's try putting this in that coral. The lids do clip to the top, so that's nice. Oh yeah, the nice corally pink is really nice for the little tiny spots. So I do like them for that. You could mix these, use your pencils and stuff, and then pull these out for little tiny details on things. I don't know if I have the patience to do a whole coloring page with just these. I can see myself doing this like when I watch TV or something, because it's a little bit, I don't know, mind numbing. It doesn't take a lot of concentration because I'm not shading a whole bunch with them, but just sitting watching TV, that could be This could be nice. I don't know. Mix them with your gel pens and your pencils and do the little tiniest one details with this. You can see it. They have beautiful color, and I do like that they dissolve. Even though I don't use water very often, I might be tempted to pull it out just to help them blend a little bit better or just smooth out a little bit. But it's definitely a different coloring than I usually do, but that's okay. I like the tool. I just don't think I can color a whole coloring page with just these markers. Okay, like that. All right, anything else about these pens that I need to know? They'd be great for just like writing too, you know, like writing a little thing in your art journal or something. That could be fun. Just remember that they're water soluble, so don't write something and then like spray liquid on. That would be bad. Unless that's the look you're going for. I don't know, you guys. This is kind of the same problem that I had with the Colin Thompson one. Just like teeny tiny little details. And these do help. I do like that I can get in there with these and feel like I have a little more control. Like I do like that. And I'm definitely excited about these pens and using them in different ways and like mixing them in. I mean, you see that some coloring pages, I just throw everything and the kitchen sink at it. And just because it's fun. So I definitely see myself using these. I'm glad I purchased them. But as for coloring every teeny tiny little thing in this book, it's very difficult for me. I don't know. It's kind of the same problem that I have with the Colin Thompson one. Just too teeny tiny. My eyes start to hurt. I don't know. I will say about Johanna Basford though, just so we don't feel like I'm crapping on her or anything, because I'm not. It's just this book and the Secret Garden book, which I think this is her first one. I'm not sure which one came out first. Let's see if this says. This one says published in 2013. How about this one? 2015, so Secret Garden was before that one. What about 2016? So yeah, and then we have, I've got stuff in different piles here. Hang on. Okay, let's see here. So I'll put them in order. So we have Secret Garden, Lost Ocean. What about Enchanted Forest? Where does it fit in this? 2015, so it's before. So it came out the same year as Lost Ocean. Okay, so they're kind of right there. At least here. Maybe they came out in a different order somewhere else. Then she has her Christmas book. 2016. And then Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, and then World of Flowers. So these two, I think, are her earliest books, and they are the ones with the teeny tiny, most teeny tiny details. And so I think, and then as she, I think she listened, because I think people love her work. I think people love it. It's beautiful. And it is fun to color, but it is hard to color all the teeny tiny little things. And so I noticed as she continued with her book that things start to get a little bigger. Like even here, like this is bigger than her other ones. Until we're up to, I think Ivy and the Inky Butterfly is much, I think she still has like the intricate stuff, but everything's just a little bit bigger and easier to color. And so I think she really listens to her buyers and her consumers and what they want. And so if you have never seen her books before, don't be put off by the first couple that have such teeny tiny details. Just go to some of her later ones, like the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly and the World of Flowers are probably the best ones to have bigger details to color. I mean, there's still some teeny tiny, and that's what I'm like saying with these, is you could color this with flowers and or with pencils, and then use these for just like the little teeny dots and the little tiny lines, you know? I think that would be a fun way to use these. And there's some fun colors in here. So anyways, okay, I've rambled long enough, taken up your time long enough. So I'll have Joanna Basford's books linked down below, and I will have the Artesa's linked down below, the Iconics. I do like these. I think they're nice. So I'm going to still play with them in other books, but I'm not going to do an entire picture with them. Where did that picture go? So if you like zoom out, it's like, we didn't color anything. It's so teeny. So anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome week. Today's Wednesday, right? It is. It's a Thursday for me, but for you guys, it's a Wednesday. I hope you guys have an awesome week, that you find time to relax and color and enjoy yourselves. Thanks you for joining me today, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye.